Yes, sir.
Good evening and welcome to the Vernon Township Supervisors meeting for February 4th, 2021. We'll start the meeting with a prayer and salute to the flag. Supervisor Baer will lead us in prayer.
May we all exercise our duties and perform our responsibilities for the benefit of the greater good of mind.
Salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Lori.
Snyder. Maloney.
Here.
Viera.
Present.
Wagner.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Okay, we have any citizen comment? Approval of the minutes for the January 4th reorganizational meeting. Have a motion to
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? A motion to approve the minutes for the January 4th, 2021 regular meeting.
So moved.
Motion,
Second.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Motion to direct the treasurer to issue checks for the approved vouchers due for payment.
So moved.
Motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Motion to ratify payroll for the employees from January 3rd, 2021 through January 30th, 2021, and the supervisor's pay.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Thank you. Correspondence. Dorothy Longstreth, tax collector, is requesting exoneration from collecting $8,447.32 in 2020 real estate taxes and $1,700 in 2020 per capita taxes. So we have a motion to
I'll make that motion.
motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Okay, this is a normal procedure we do every year at this time. So, and we understand that's down a little bit from last year, so that's good. Move right into the administration zoning report. Robert Horvath, manager.
Yeah, before I start on my report, I'm going to go through a little bit, hit the highlights on the road department and police department since they're not here with us tonight to give their reports. Plowed and salted roads for 16 days in the month of January. We had 2 freezing rainstorms, daylighted trees for 5.5 days, checked roads after the couple of rainstorms, let's see, spread gravel on our dirt roads and patch potholes throughout the township where needed. I did some maintenance, truck 2 new clutch, shaft, and pressure plate, and bearings and exhaust pipe. Truck 4 new tires, and the JCB backhoe, we changed oil, filters, and greased. For the police department, they had 100 calls for the month, 9 traffic accidents, 6 traffic stops for violations, and they attended court 4 times and patrolled a total of, let's see, 2,222 miles in the township, so we should probably play that in the pick 4. So, moving on to the administrative report. Good evening, everyone. First, I want to start with my zoning report. For the month of January, we issued 4 zoning permits, which represent $1,733,200 in the estimated cost of construction in the township, totaling fees of $7,923. These projects consist of modifications to the former Key Bank in the Park Avenue Plaza for a medical marijuana dispensary, and a new single-family dwelling, and the rebuilding of the UCIP office building on Custom Walker Road that was destroyed by fire 2 years ago. It's a good start to the year. I continue to work with developers on some potential new businesses located in the township and hope to bring them to you later this year. Administratively, things have been off to a good and fast start in 2021. We continue to work towards several projects around the building. And Lud and myself have begun working on our road projects for this summer. Around the building, we have plans in place to update the floor in the 2 offices, as well as update the security cameras in and around the building. These were both projects that were accounted for in the 2021 budget. Similarly soon, and I believe Mr. Porter will have a little more information on this, we'll be putting together the front entryway ADA project out for bid, as well as part of the roof over the township garage to be replaced. As far as the roadways are concerned, we'll be partnering with a few neighboring municipalities for our seal coat projects. This will be a smaller group than what we have seen in the past few years, but we still anticipate receiving a better price than if we went out on our own. Soon we'll begin putting together bid packets for our summer paving. Tomorrow we'll be meeting with other members of the French Creek Council of Governments and begin to put a timeline together for our summer paving. Speaking of summer paving, really want to take a second and thank the road department for their hard work. Not only this month were they out, plowing and salting the roads, but due to the mild kind of weather we had this January, they were able to get out in daylight for 5.5 days. That's really helpful to the township as far as getting us a little ahead of schedule when it comes to the paving. They've actually taken care at this point of all the roads that need daylighted for the 2021 paving season, and they've begun working on roads for 2022 paving season, and also some just areas that really need daylighted that we have the time that we can get there and get it taken care of. So hats off to them. They've been working hard even on the days that it's not snowing. Also wanted to note, with the unknown effects of COVID-19 on the 2021 budget, we projected lower than normal projections for both our earned income as well as LST taxes. So far, our earned income seems to have rebounded well. November, December of 2020 outperformed what we saw in 2019 for those same months. And for 2021, we were outpacing where we stood at the same time in 2020, so hopefully that trend continues. Unfortunately, our LST still seems to be lagging behind a little bit, but that's the fourth quarter. We hope to see better numbers after the first quarter of 2021. And that's my report for tonight.
Thank you, Rob. Any questions for Rob? You know why they had to replace the rims on truck 4?
Yes, they were essentially rotted out. I mean, when they went to get the new tires, he said, there's no sense in putting new tires on these, your rims are shot.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Next, engineers report, Ashley Porter, Township Engineer. Ashley?
Good to see everybody again after a couple months of bad
Yes.
weather.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So, glad to report that things are looking good for the upcoming year. We have several projects that will be in construction shortly, once the weather breaks. One of them being the Big Heart Pet Brands former Ainsworth property. There's a fairly significant railroad and facility improvement project there, so did a lot of construction throughout the summer. We have a couple other projects along the corridor that we have inquiries for, so we're looking toward a good year, and we'll get Rob a few more fees to tack on this year. So that's a good report for this time of year. The other thing, as Rob mentioned, we are working on getting some bids on the roofing here that needs replaced. We'd hope to have that ready for advertisement by this meeting, but because of snow, we need to get up on the roof and just haven't been able to do that. So that should come next month, and then the front entryway improvements, we'll work on finalizing that, and that'll be in the next month or so as well. So we'll not only be working around the township, but at the township this year. And that's all I have to report.
Very good. Thank you. Anybody have questions for Ashley?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. Solicitor report, Jeff Millen, Township Solicitor.
Good evening, Supervisors. Nothing really new to report this month, working with actually on the Big Heart project, obviously, along with Rob on some other issues, but nothing new to report. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Any questions for Jeff tonight? No. Thank you. Moving on to new business, motion to advertise public hearing for proposed zoning ordinance amendments for March 4th at 7:30 with the Supervisors' regular meeting to immediately follow.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Great. Motion to approve Resolution 2021-05, establishing the compensation paid to the tax collector and establishing the time for mailing tax statements.
So move.
Motion?
Second.
And second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Motion to approve Resolution 2021-06, destruction of specific records.
So moved.
Second.
Motion. The second, Garrett?
Yes.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Okay, it's another action we take every year at this time.
How far back does that destruction of records go though? 6, 7 years, I forget.
7 years.
7?
Any other questions on that? Motion to approve,
Well, that's,
pardon me?
that kind of mute, isn't it?
Well,
No.
we're going down to the township manager.
Okay.
Oh, that's for the truck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
missed
want to
that
table
one. I missed that one, my fault.
All 3 of those motions are tabled at this point in time until next
Right.
month.
Right, yeah, the ones that are on here. So motion to approve Township Manager Robert Horvat is authorized to complete the necessary paperwork to complete the, no, that one.
Yeah, I didn't cross that one out, Dawn, sorry.
I didn't, I thought we were giving Rob some other authority there, so, because we trust Rob so much, so. And there's no old business? Okay. Upcoming meetings, March 4th, Supervisors Work Session at 6:30. And also March 4th, public hearing for proposed zoning ordinance amendments at 7:30 PM. And March 4th, following, that will be the Supervisors' regular meeting following the public hearing. So this time we'll have supervisor comments. Start with you, Greg.
Well, not really much to say. Weather, I mean, short of around Christmas time, we haven't got blasted too bad, but there has been some freezing rain. Just drive carefully, and spring will come sooner or later.
We got a cold spell coming up here next week.
Next week.
So, Gary?
Well, just, we're glad when March 17th gets around, that's pretty much the end of the winter. But as Greg said, please drive safe. I mean, you got through most of the winter, get on through spring without an accident. Just take care.
Joe?
Maybe mid-March will bring us into the COVID virus as well.
That'd be nice.
Fritz?
Nothing tonight, just everybody stay safe.
Thank you.
You too, Fritz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so we always talk about the weather, the groundhog saw the shadows, so for whatever that means, whoever puts any stock in that, 6 more weeks of winter, and then we are getting a cold spot coming up here. I'd like to thank the Tribune for coming tonight, and Armstrong for televising the meeting for everybody to watch. And also put a thanks out to all of our volunteers for our boards and our volunteer firemen, especially in these tough times through the COVID. They're there to support us. So we covered the real estate and the personnel can wait.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned. So, motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.